Hey, how's it going, guys? It's me, RDV. This is my co-host over here, Captain Whitebread, aka Zach.
Sure, yeah, whatever. It's me. I've accepted it.
Hey, I saw the captain part. I figured you're embracing it.
It's Captain America.
All
Come
right.
on.
Oh, hold on. I like that
Echo.
comment. Captain America.
Echo.
All right. Yeah, I'm professional there. I had to put my phone on.
There's
Yeah,
no professionalism
I need
here.
someone to watch this channel. I mean, other than just us talking. I mean, we need to do this. But as you can see, we have a little bit of changes here. I mean, we decided to, you know what, add a little background to this, make it a little more nerdy, I guess.
I like it.
Yeah. But that being said, if you're not sure what we're doing here, this is the top 5 where we go over our pull lists for each week, and we talk about what 5 books we're excited the most out of our pull lists. You know, we get to pick up, and we take turns counting them down. Since there's really no one here right now. Oh, I see. There's not even Eric Breen. He's not even watching.
Oh, what a surprise. Breen's not watching.
Yeah. All right. So I think we should go right into this. Well, I guess people are popping in. We got Undead Quinn here.
Yeah, there's Undead Quinn. Hey, what's up, guys?
Every time I look over, I go to start this, like, another person pops up. So you'll be in charge of greeting people.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm going to share my screen. All right, get this going. But hope everybody's doing tonight, doing well. And we got comic books came out today. Marvel and everything else comes out tomorrow. So some of you may have already read your DC books, you know. So no spoilers for us. You'll read it though. But you're welcome to share your pull list, what you're getting this week. We always look forward to that. I can't think of anything else. I think we'll just jump right into it. All right. And yeah. All right. So we're good.
Books.
What's up?
So look at all those books. So many.
Right. Yep. Ooh, is that better? Yeah.
Oh. A little bit, yeah.
Went full screen. Anyway. All right. So where are we going to, Zach? Since we always start off with you, we're going to start with your number 5.
We're starting with me. All right. My number 5 is going to be, let's go ahead and start with Image number 1. Let's do that one.
All right.
Right there. Yeah, this is, Image is coming up on their 30th anniversary. So like Scabbound X had their big 10th anniversary anthology series a year or so ago. This is Images. And it's an anthology, got a bunch of short stories going on here. 2 12-part stories are the main headliners. One of them being written by Jeff Johns with art by Andrea Muddy. And the other one's called Red Stitches by Brendan Fletcher and art by Babs Tarr. Plus you've got, I think, 3 other short stories in there as well.
Yeah,
so
like Kennedy, Luana.
Kennedy, Luana Vecchio, yeah.
Mirka Andolph, who is doing the current Red Sonja book.
Oh, okay. And then Kyle Higgins and Danielle De Nicuolo. So yeah, you've got a bunch of stuff. A comic strip in there by Scotty Young. Just a little sampler plate, I guess, of all kinds of stuff.
This all looks very propitious, wouldn't you say?
Propitious. It does look quite propitious. For $7, it better be propitious, or $6, excuse me.
Yeah, upcoming Old Dog series. Yeah.
So yeah, the big thing that of course draws me in is Jeff Johns writing one of the stories.
I'll say John's and for everybody else for me as well. But you got Scotty Young.
Scotty Young's in there as well.
Original ongoing.
Yeah, Babs Tarr's got some art in there. I like Babs Tarr's art. Looks like one of the stories is going to involve Radiant Black. I haven't read that comic series, so I don't know anything about it. I'll kind of be going in blind on that one. But yeah, because I am diving a little bit more into the indie books now than I usually do, I saw this and thought it might be a good idea to check out. So it's a little light for me on the pull list this week. So I figured, you know what, it's a good time to check it out.
Yeah. Future combination of ongoing stories, standalone short stories. This inaugural issue kicks off the first chapters of 2 12-part stories, The Blizzard, by Jeff Johns, and yeah, Red Stitches, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Ton of stuff in there.
the last time we
Declan
saw something like
Shalvey.
this was through Skybound.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was
Yeah.
it sounds very similar to Skybound's. I guess it was their 10-year anniversary series they did,
Yeah.
Skybound X, where it had just kind of like a little bit of all these different series in there. So this seems very similar to that.
And this is $6, and you're getting 48 pages.
Undead Quit, I don't think it's every week. I think it's going to be every month, because the next issue comes out in May. Then they have another one that comes out in June. If it's 12, if there's 12 of these issues, that means it's going to be like a year-long deal. So could be pretty fun. Could be we'll wait and see how it goes. But I kind of have high hopes for it. Some of the names attached. So that is my number 5.
All right, we're gonna go to my number 5 next. I just gotta wait for this to load. I'm always happy when the computer works and the internet works too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where are we? Here it is. Pass it up. I used to have a wider screen so I could see everything. So I have less. I used to have like 19 rolls. I have a 19-inch screen. So I'll have like 6 or 7. So trying to find books in here is a little bit easier, but also I gotta read it again.
It'd be nice if they just listed them alphabetically too. They do that on the app. Is they list them alphabetically.
Sometimes you can.
On the app, I know that they do list them alphabetically, but on the desktop side, I think they do it based off the order of how many people have them on their pull list. They
do. And my book's going to be on here. There it is. That's why I didn't see it. Yeah. My number 5 is Hit Me, issue number 2 of 5. I know there's quite a controversy on this. Yeah, I know. People are going to say, like, oh, look at the typical SJW face and blah, blah, blah. It's like, what? People can't wear black glasses. They can't wear whatever they want to. If you've never read this writer's work before, and you're first criticizing because of this book, you are a poser. Because obviously you've never done your research. I enjoyed this. I mean, the biggest complaint I heard from people on this book, the first issue, like, there's no one to root for. Honestly, that's kind of how Deadly Class by Rick Remender is kind of similar to that too. There isn't really anyone you can like. You're supposed to like the main character, but he's kind of a tool. And you get other characters in it too. So I appreciate for what it is. The art. It's only a 5-issue thing. Like I said, it's a drama, thriller, suspense. It's different. And like I said, it's not, to me, it's not preachy. It's not what you normally get. If you were reading like a Captain Marvel or Chris Ruckel, Lois Lane. You're not getting everyday just propaganda crap.
Yeah.
But it is also different too, because this girl is like, she's an escort, but she gets paid by the Bruce. So people pay to punch her to beat her up. I've never heard of that before, but I guess that's a thing apparently. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I enjoyed the first issue for what it was, and I'm going to continue with it. And it's early '90s Atlantic City. That's what it's supposed to be taking. It's not it's not like today's, I guess.
Wow, the 1930s?
Yeah, navigating the dark inability of the king, early 1990 Atlantic City.
Oh, 1990. Okay, I thought you said 30. Okay.
Or no, it's just early 90s. Sorry, my bad.
Early 90s. Okay.
Yep. Cool. So that's it on there. So
awesome.
I don't know if Brain's being real.
I don't know. I saw that and I was like, that can't be a real comic. There's anime and manga that have names that long, but I don't know of anything Western made that has a name that long. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to read it out loud though.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Not good for the channel.
Undead Quinn asked.
Wait, he said it actually is. It's an actual name of its novel. Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, hey.
Cool. I'll check it out then.
Undead Quinn is asking if anyone is checking out Midnight Rose #1. Apparently, it's a Jim Starlin book.
It's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it either. Is it a cosmic, spacey kind of a book? I hear Jim Starlin. I think Thanos or Warlock or that whole genre.
No idea.
Yeah.
But check out your number 4 now.
Yeah, sure. My number 4, and I just found out about this one today, is X-Men 92, House of 92, number 1.
Yep.
Just found out about this today. I was kind of going through my pull list. Like I said, it's kind of light this week. So I was kind of going through trying to see if I could scrounge together 5 issues to look at. And this one came up. It looks like a continuation of the X-Men animated series, but looks like they're gonna be doing the whole let's make a island for mutants on Krakoa. They're gonna take the Hickman story, but then apply it to the animated series.
Yeah,
So,
I was worried about that, but I'm looking at, like I said, I'm looking at these covers, man. I might just buy them for the covers and that's it. I don't even care.
The covers are pretty great. The Nakayama variant looks really cool. I like that one a lot.
That was so big though. That's cool.
But it says it's not going to go the way you expect. Maybe it'll be better than the.
You know, it would be funny. Like I told you, I was telling you this offline. If they took this book and they decided to make it where it's like, you know what, we're gonna be anti what Hickman's run. We're gonna be the opposite. Yeah. We're gonna make them heroes.
We're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna do the way Hickman should have done it.
Totally do that. I would buy it then.
That would be great. I would honestly love to see it. I don't know if we will, but it's the guy who's writing it. Apparently, he wrote Department of Truth. I don't know if you've read Department of Truth or not. I haven't. So
but I do love these 90s costumes.
Yeah. Oh, the 90s costumes are great. Rogue with the leather jacket, Gambit with the trench coat. Cyclops has got that weird little chest belt thing.
Yeah, the pouch from Daredevil.
Yeah. So yeah, I do like these 90s costumes. Except for Jean Grey's. Jean Grey's always looked weird to me with the head thing. I don't know.
I guess it's supposed to focus her mental powers or whatever.
Maybe. That is iconic Cyclops though for me. So yeah, sometimes you see him where he has the hood that covers his hair, and it's just like, it's okay, but that's the one I'm familiar with. So yeah, found out about this one today, and I'll be checking it out. And you know, if they end up pulling it off, if it ends up being really good, hey, I might just stick around for the whole series.
It is 90s cheesecake art. Like I said, I'm a sucker for great comic book covers.
There you go.
Book would suck, but I might just buy every single cover there is because I would rather have the cover and just throw the rest of the book away.
Yeah.
If I'm paying $4, I'm paying $4 for a cool looking cover.
Yeah, it looks like and actually I'm looking ahead, kind of looking at issue number 2 and issue number 3.
Yeah.
It looks like number 2 is gonna be the 90s take on like the Hellfire Gala. Because oh no, I could be reading that wrong. Hang on.
But my problem is if they put this in here and just say it's basically the same story as with Hickman, making them villains, but this is the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about it then.
Yeah.
If this is a horrible book because I want
issue 3 looks like the whole tournament with the swords. What was it called? X of Swords or something like that. They're doing their version of that.
So unless these are alternate universe, but they're actually heroes, and you know.
Well, that's the thing. We gotta wait until issue 1 comes out.
I want at the end of the series have them facing off the current horrible villain X-Men with the hero version of X-Men.
That's not going to happen. This is
I want X-Men versus X-Men.
You're not going to get that. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. You're not going to get that.
You know what? You cannot tell me I'm never going to get that because Marvel and DC are both on a multiverse kick right now.
Yeah, but you're not going to get that. I don't think Hickman's going to be like
somebody make it happen.
I don't have hopes that high. No, I have high hopes for a lot of things, but not that high. But no, it's 90s, and I do like a lot of these that are based off the cartoons. Yep. You know, the G.I. Joe one notwithstanding, that one actually was pretty good.
Mariah said she'd only buy it for the Road cover.
Yeah. The Road Gambit Storm one, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But that is my number 4, and I just found out about that one today. I completely forgot.
Same here. You just told me about it. I think I might have seen it before, and I just kind of rolled my eyes when I realized it was Krakoa.
Rhaegar, I would normally say Hickman has taste, but then he took over X-Men. After the whole House of X, Powers of X was good, but then after that, it just...
Like I said, Hickman... The only thing I read by Hickman was the basic... I mean, I read some of the House of X, whatever it is, you know.
Yeah, House of X, Powers of X.
Yeah. I read that, and I was like, oh, it's okay. It's, I guess, whatever, you know.
That was okay. His Fantastic Four was really good.
Wolverine dying, going into the sun. and then just to have them be brought back was kind of pointless.
Yeah, that one's weird to me. Having all the X-Men, they can all be regenerated whenever. It's a weird to me. I think it's Fantastic Four and his Avengers run was better, and his Avengers run is really
like I've always
convoluted.
said, it just seemed like this has been theorized by a good friend of Action Comics. It just seemed like Hickman was just doing this to troll Marvel.
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah.
I remember
him saying
and prove that he can still get paid.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
He might be onto something there.
No, like I said, I when it comes to Hickman though, I do like his Fantastic Four run.
Yeah.
But if you can give me Claremont or Byrne X-Men, I'll take that over anything today.
I'd almost take Lee, Jim Lee even.
Jim Lee and Claremont, they're run in the early '90s.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was '92 or '91.
Yeah.
Good series. All right, so we're rambling on. I'm gonna go to my number 4 pick right here, and just let's roll down a little bit. So we're going here. Immortal Red Sonja.
Oh yeah, this is actually on my pull list too for the first time ever.
Yeah, no, and I gotta say, I'm only getting this because it's Dan Abnett. I have faith in him as a writer. It's not something I normally would go over. They've done this before. They're saying it's Sonja you've never witnessed. I've seen her before being reincarnated through the steampunk when she was a pirate. I've seen all these different versions, but it's supposed to be. They're like this time it's a British legend. It's not. Red Sonja, cursed by a mysterious chainmail. Yes, the chainmail is cursing her. Wow, that just sounds weird. Seeks counsel with the mysterious Merlin. She seeks to be rid of her curse in order to forge a future of fantasy adventure. She will be pursued by the loathsome Green Knight.
Oh yeah, it's an Arthur legend. The Green Knight.
Yeah, the Arthur legend. Yeah. Survives and she survives and arrives at the castle of Merlin. What she finds would be entirely more than she bargained for. So, and then you have also Alessandro Miracolo, who's also basically drawn before on Red Sonja before. I can tell you, I'm not a fan of these covers.
And I actually really like this one. The cover
the body proportions looks kind of weird.
I don't know.
I mean, she's got junk in her trunk.
Well, yeah, if you do a lot of running and squats and stuff, that's what you're gonna get. She clearly didn't focus on the arms enough.
Like I said, it just, and then we get with the '90s model. That's not Red Sonja.
I don't like that one as much. I like the one where the chainmail had the longer sleeves.
Yeah.
There is one that looks like the Liefeld homage. It's cover R. Oh my gosh, it goes all the way to R.
Yeah, look at the
Oh my gosh, there are so many. There's a Jay Lee. Jay Lee's got a variant down here.
This is the only one that actually looks like Red Sonja.
Which one?
This one here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Robert Liefeld homage.
Rob Liefeld one.
Yeah. That was not bad.
No. Well, like I said, I mean, hopefully they, this turns out to be a good series. I mean, I'm putting my trust in the dad man. I mean, it could worst it could be is Christopher Priest's run on this, on Red Sonja. But
yeah.
So that's my little cheesecake of the week. Yeah.
It's funny. I like that. You need to have one every week.
Yeah. All right. So not much really new for comments. Yeah,
Sonja did not skip leg day.
Yeah.
Rhaegar asked if either of us have seen the movie The Green Knight. I have not seen it. I heard about it.
I saw the trailer and then I passed it up.
Yeah, same. The trailer
wasn't
didn't
something
really...
I was into.
Yeah, trailer didn't interest me really.
But
all right.
Number
3 then?
Yep.
Number 3. We're gonna go Suicide Squad Blaze. Number 2. This is one of their magazine issues. I believe it's under the Black label as well. So issue number 1 came out about a week ago.
I'm trying to figure out where it is on here. Is it under magazines?
Maybe. There it is. Hang on. It's right next to image number 1.
Oh, it's here?
Blaze. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
That doesn't look anything like a Suicide Squad book cover. That's just weird.
They have the variant. That one might be a little bit. Yeah, that one does look a little bit more like a Suicide Squad cover if you go to the variant. The variant actually I really like. So yeah, this is book number 2. If you didn't read book number 1, it's these main 4 members of the Suicide Squad. So you have Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Peacemaker, and King Shark. Amanda Waller charges them all with kind of mentoring this younger generation of Suicide Squad members. They've all received superpowers from this kind of drug. The only downside is they're all going to die, whether they use their powers or not. They get like these godlike powers, but it's for like a finite amount of time. It's kind of like that old comic series. What was it, Project Moratory, or
Yeah.
yeah, kind of like that one.
What are they holding on to? Like,
What do you mean?
the cover here, I'm just trying to figure out. It's like they're holding on
The cover? Oh, I don't even
because
know.
you got
I
King
wasn't
Shark's
looking at
here, right
that.
here. You got Boomerang, and
I don't know
then
what they're holding
Harley
on
Quinn's
to in
right
that.
there.
Well, there is a super powered
Rock.
villain. I don't know who it is. It's a Superman. There's a Superman costume right there.
Is it their what's it called? Not the Pride Rock. It's the other one. The one Rock Eternity.
Oh no, it couldn't be that. It hasn't been anything supernatural.
It just looks really weird.
Yeah, well, it's like some cannibal, superpowered cannibal, that zooms around the planet. He strikes without warning. He's like super speed, so they never know where he's going to attack. So that's why Amanda Waller buffs up the Suicide Squad with these new members. So they're tasked with taking down this super cannibal guy. From the cover, it's saying, yeah, it looks like Superman isn't in play, and yeah, they all have about 3 months to live anyway. So written by Simon Spurrier. The art is really interesting. Aaron Campbell does
that
the
must
art.
be a mistake. They had a picture of Clark Kent, Superman.
Maybe.
Because Superman's now John Kent.
Yeah, well, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know if it takes place with all that going on. I don't know. They don't really mention who Superman is or Batman.
Jordy Belair doing the coloring on here. She's great colors.
Yeah. So the first issue was good. It was intriguing. I liked it a lot. They're funny. Whenever Amanda Waller does the briefing for them all, she provides a bunch of alcohol, drugs, and junky food, like snack food.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think the last time I read a Simon Spurrier book was the Constantine Rebirth or New 52, where he's hung up on that bartender the whole entire run.
Okay.
So I was like, but if you're enjoying the first one, hopefully you'll enjoy the second.
Yeah, the first one was pretty good. So I'm gonna give number 2 a shot. Number 1 was,
that's the thing.
Was
certain writers are better out with certain characters.
Yeah, you just gotta find that perfect combination.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right. Marty says, I don't like either Suicide Squad Blitz cover. They don't sell the book for me. Cover fail. I kind of agree with her. I was like,
yeah, the cover A
it looks like it has nothing to do with this.
The cover A is really confusing. I do like the cover B a lot more, though. I'll probably have to get the cover A because I don't know if my shop will have
$7 for 48 pages. Didn't we just see a book that was $4.99 for 48 pages? The image
book? Like I said, this is the magazine, so it's bigger.
I know.
And there's no ads in this either. The magazines tend to not have ads, or at least I don't remember the other one having ads. So
Alrighty, let's go to my next book. My number 3. My number 3 is actually a book I've been really enjoying. It's actually the third. I believe it's the issue we have here. Issue number 9 of it. If I can just scroll down. Go ahead. Is that right there? Live Zero, number 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you were telling me about this one.
Yep. Marco Cicchetto's on here, and then you got, I believe the writer is Stefano Vietti. It's another zombie book. I understand people are like, oh no, zombie books. Well, no, but this is actually like a good story. It's and then the art is just fantastic.
Yeah, Cicchetto,
basically, it's not even a zombie virus. It's like a rage virus. It's kind of like the Crazies in that sense. We don't know what started it or whatever, but all we know is this guy, like the cover here, he actually was a captain of this elite covert squad, and they did black ops with the government, and then he got put away for some reason. His ex-wife was on the team as well. They had a kid, and it's been all these years, and now they basically came to break him out of prison, and and they had basically they need him to help find their daughter. Their daughter was kidnapped. They need to get to her. And like I said, it's a cool comic book from a Blaze Comics. Check it out. You're getting basically the same quality you get for like Zdarsky and Daredevil. You're getting the same quality art. You're getting the same storytelling. It's $3.99. You know, it's not that bad.
Nice.
And like I said, it's I love these variant covers. You get the little like Marvel covers.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I dig that.
Yep, the little floating heads in the corner.
Yeah. Floating heads. Can't go wrong.
Yeah. It's a little bit different than The Walking Dead. These it's think of like World War Z in that terms. Like they don't climb atop each other, but they run. You know, they're not like The Walking Dead where it's been years and years where they're so decayed they can barely move. No. But like I said, like I've been enjoying these little covers. Yeah, that would be your Ryan Ottley, your Walking Dead kind of thing.
Oh yeah, look that Punisher homage.
Yep.
Or Amazing Spider-Man number 129.
Yep. Which was just right on this channel. I believe Friday. So let's go check that out if you're done with this.
Friday or Sunday, yeah. One of those 2 days.
Might have been Friday, I think. Our Mr. Eric Breen, who's in our chat right now, actually was the voice of the Punisher.
Frankie boy.
Yes. All right. So yeah, definitely check this out. Like I said, like it's. I'm not sure how many issues this is gonna be, but I've been enjoying it for what it is. And when you can find a book outside of Marvel or DC, because usually Marvel and DC always had, like, to me, back in the day, growing up, had the better artists. They get pay more.
Right.
Now I'm seeing a lot of these indie books where these, you're seeing a lot better, more artists going on there. You're also seeing a lot of artists that were on Marvel and DC are going back and doing their own stuff outside of Marvel DC. Why?
Yeah.
Because they're driving them out of the business. As far as they want to pay them next to nothing if you're an artist.
Right. They want to pay them peanuts unless they're like already a big recognizable name.
Yeah.
Like if you're like George Perez or,
one of the reasons you're not seeing John Byrne or George Perez coming back because they don't want to pay them.
Well, you're also not seeing them back for other reasons.
Yeah. Other reasons too, yes. Yeah, but
no, you're absolutely right though. I don't even know how they've convinced Ed McGuinness to stay on Avengers for as long as he is.
Yes, Mr. Brain. I remember when Zach used to read with us. When
I was with you on Sunday. What are you talking about? I was with you on Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, we read like 3 comic books on Sunday. 3 or 4.
Next time I show up, I'm gonna have a big old honking. I'm gonna have like a cake sampler with me. I'll show you.
He's got the cheesecake sampler.
I'll show you. Oh yeah, vengeance will be coming. Don't worry.
All right.
Hey, thanks for the thumbs up, Rhaegar. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Zach goes where the cake is with Maranya.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. So is it my number 2?
Yep, you're number 2 now. Sir.
My number 2. We are going to go visit Aftershock Comics for this one. Kaiju Score has a 2nd volume coming out. And so its first number 1 starts tomorrow. And kind of excited about it. If you hadn't checked out the first volume of Kaiju Score, I believe they have a trade. If not, I'm sure you can find the first 4 or 5 issues of it. It's basically Godzilla with Ocean's 11 maybe, or Quentin Tarantino thrown in there.
Yes, there it is. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
So this is a continuation of that. It's one of the characters, Michelle. She comes back for the 2nd volume, and she has her own crew. So this is a brand new heist that she's getting ready to pull off. And new monsters, new characters, just a whole bunch of new stuff. And they timed these with the first volume anyway. They timed this heist based around a kaiju attack, because when a monster's destroying the city, you're not necessarily worried about how much is in the bank. And of course, that first volume, the story went all wrong. There were plot twists and all kinds of stuff. And so now we're getting a volume 2. And I think I heard that it's being optioned. Yeah, well, shoot, it says it right here.
Yeah,
Kaiju Score is optioned by Sony Pictures.
Which means nothing, because I'm still waiting on the Keanu Reeves book. Mm-hmm. There's quite a few that have been optioned.
Oh, Berserker, you mean?
Yeah, and so was Berserker, and then there was Chariot was another one.
Well, if this does get made into a movie, I will definitely go.
You know what's
watch
going
it.
to happen to this? It's going to be like Pacific Rim too. They're just
Hey,
going to butcher it.
I liked Pacific Rim 2, actually. I'm one of like the 5 people that liked it. So Pacific Rim 1 is obviously the superior movie, and I think 2 suffers for not getting what's his name back, the director.
Do you know what I think is probably better than doing live action movies with all these? Just do like what they do with Invincible. Just keep it.
Oh yeah, do like an animated, get like a stylized animation. I think,
and then you can get away with so much with anime stuff as far as violence and all stuff.
Oh yeah, you can get away with a ton of stuff, and it's a lot cheaper. What do they do with an
anime? Anime. Some of those animes are like just
a lot cheaper to do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm down for. I mean, kaiju. You have me pretty much in the
right.
Sold right there. So yeah, we'll see how it goes though.
Does she kill massive kaijus with a 9mm?
No, I imagine the 9mm is probably for her crew. To keep them in line, because one of the things about the previous volume, there's guys that get greedy, double crosses and everything. And Rhaegar, I will talk about Pacific Rim 2 all I gosh darn want to.
She's not a feminist. She's not killing kaijus.
Yeah.
That are big.
No. So we'll see how it goes though. I'm liking it. So.
All right.
I'm digging the idea. I'm digging the whole plot and everything.
All right, gonna go to my number 2. We're actually making good time.
How about that? What?
I know, right? Right? How do we do that?
I know. Maranya says that is a frame-worthy cover for Kaiju. I agree. I think they'd make a really nice movie poster. Actually,
my number 2 is going to be Batman '89. I've been waiting for this book to come out.
It's been a while, huh? Since the last one.
Yeah. You still got Sam Hannon writing it, and you also got Joe Quinones or Quinons.
Mm-hmm.
And Harvey is now Two-Face in this. That's basically Billy D. Williams as Two-Face. Right. We now have a Robin. Selena Kyle is more involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's like continuing from Batman.
Is there a Penguin yet?
There's no Penguin yet, though.
Oh, okay. I'm waiting for him to show up and bite somebody's nose.
But great James Gordon involved in this issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
From the movie, if you like, it's just skipping. I guess I don't know. It seems like it's tying in the Batman Returns in this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Because
you
having Selena Kyle here would not make sense if they just continue from Batman '89, the first one.
Right.
So that he has to be adding it because it is mentioned in one of the issues that they were asking, "Who's this?" It's it's Selena.
Yeah.
He knows who we are. That they have a relationship going.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And that's a cool
Rhaegar, yeah, there's this Tim Burton-based Batman comic. They also have a Christopher Reeve-based Superman comic that was written by Robert Venditti.
And that already ended. That was really cool.
That ended already?
Yeah.
Is this number 5? So is this the last issue of Batman?
There should be one more issue after this.
Oh, okay.
But,
I kind of like that one. The thing is, I'm still not a fan of that Tim Burton Catwoman costume. It was never a favorite of mine.
But like I said, she still acts like
stitches
Catwoman
and everything about it. I just was.
The costume isn't that great, but man, I do fight the personality and stuff the way she acts.
Cool.
Like I said, eventually this is the Adam Hughes cover right here.
It's Adam Hughes. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if you're a big Adam Hughes fan, say you're just buying comic books because you love Adam Hughes covers. That's you go.
Why I bought the Black Widows. I'm just kidding. Black Widow was
this cover price is $14.99 for this for the stock variant, and I believe is the original $3.99. Yeah, the original. Because you're paying for the stock card variant, it's $1 more.
Very cool.
So like I said, I've been enjoying this series. I mean, I've already read it today. I'm excited to get it. So, so definitely. If you're not following this series, check it out. The original writer who wrote Sam Hamm, who wrote the script for Batman '89, the Michael Keaton love. You get to see Keaton in the Batman suit. Keaton outside the suit looks kind of weird a little bit, but once you get in that suit it just shines. I just love it. It's just being a kid again watching that. Definitely check it out. All right.
Right on.
We're gonna go have you count down your 5 through 2, and then go to your number 1 now.
Okay.
Just waiting for this to load.
So my number 5 that I started with is the Image number 1, their 30th anniversary special. Number 4 is X-Men 92, House of 92, where they do the Hickman story with the 92 X-Men. Number 3 is going to be Suicide Squad Blaze number 2 from Simon Spurrier. Number 2 is Kaiju Score Steal from the Gods number 1. And my number 1 comic that I'm looking forward to this week, it's almost always number 1 the week it finally comes out, Nocterra number 9. So if anyone hasn't been reading Nocterra, this is Scott Snyder's, I think this is the first indie project he started working on once he...
this is part 3. He came back with issue 7.
Well, he came back. Yeah, well, I'm talking about just Nocterra in general.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he kind of took a little bit of a break, then he came back to it. So this is part 3 of a new story.
I mean, it's on my pull list, but it's not on my top 5.
Yeah, they're in a brand new story arc right now. They've got their roster is kind of expanding a little bit. There's stuff with Black Bill that's going on, which is Black Bill continues to be, I think, one of the best villains in comics, just in general.
Tony S. Daniels' art is great in this too.
Tony S. Daniels' art is really fantastic. The way he contrasts, you kind of get a little bit of a hint of it right there on the cover.
Right here.
The way the light stands out with the darkness and everything. Those are some of my favorite pages. Is when there's like the way just seeing how the light and the dark contrast.
For those who are fans of creatures from other worlds stuff, coming into our universe, it kind of reminds you of I think it was the Mist with where they had
That's Stephen King.
Stephen King one. Is it the Mist or the Fog? It has
it's
Thomas
the Mist.
Jane. Thomas Jane.
I think it's the Mist.
Thomas Jane's in there, and he has to protect his family from the creature stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of similar from what we learned. That is that something that's somebody opened up a portal and it allowed darkness to come in from a different universe, and it's basically sunlight is the only thing that keeps them away.
Yeah, and darkness, and when you get swallowed up by it, you pretty much get turned into these mutant monsters. So it affects people, animals, just everything it touches. So I've been loving this series. Scott Snyder, Tony S. Daniel.
The main girl here, she's like 15 or 16 or whatever. I'm not sure what it is. Between 15 and 18.
Yeah, she's a young girl.
When it happened, when it happened, her and her brother were caught in this. Their parents went down the basement, and then they turned because they're in the darkness.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is that these creatures, in fact, they want everyone to be just like them and all stuff. So her and her brother stayed alive, were rescued, and what they do is they're basically safe havens around the world that have like lights everywhere, like Christmas lights.
Yeah, just like ongoing neon lights. All these sanctuaries and outposts that are just chalked up, they're just lit up. And so her job is she drives a big rig transporting people from town to town. The big rig is equipped with all these lights around it.
Yeah, and she has to transport somebody. And
so they picked up during the first story, they picked up this little girl. The first story revolved around them finding like this oasis or this perfect promised land where there was sunlight. So this next story that we're in the middle of picks up right after that.
Yeah, this is Blacktop Bill.
Blacktop Bill right there on the cover. That's a pretty sweet cover.
He looks like one of the creatures, but he's still human. That's the thing. It's like, clearly he's some kind of government experiment,
Yeah, right. He's all blacked out and shadowed out, but he still is able to talk. And
his car looked like the freaking Batmobile.
And he like straps people onto it so the darkness covers them while he's driving. Yeah. It's crazy. But I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to it when this book comes out. It's really awesome. So definitely check it out if you're able to.
All right.
Your turn.
My turn, sir. All right. Let's go. My number 5 starting off was Hitman number 2. Or not Hitman. Hit Me number 2. I blame Green. Let's talk about Hitman. Hit Me number 2 by Christina Voss. Number 4 was Immortal Red Sonja by Dan Abnett. Issue 1. Number 3, Life Zero, number 3. Batman 89 for number 2. And then we have my number 1 pick on here. I'm surprised.
I think I know what it is.
I'm surprised I got to scroll down for this. This irritates the heck out of me. I'm trying to find it.
I know, that is kind of surprising.
I know it's this week.
You might have gone. It might be too far down. Maybe it's further up.
Yeah, I might be thinking it up. You know exactly what I'm looking for.
I know what you're looking for, and I see it right there.
There it is. Flashpoint Beyond, number 0. And the reason I'm getting this, you're like, why are you getting this? It's Jeff Johns.
Heck yeah.
I know.
And it's not a reprint like the.
No.
What was the one that was a reprint?
One before this was last week was a reprint of basically Thomas Wayne's origin story from the Flashpoint.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, this is going to be basically after satisfying everything, helped the Flash put the universe back together. We saw in the button. Thomas Wayne wakes up in the world he thought was no more, forced to don the collar once again. He basically goes, he protects Gotham, and trying to search answers why his world still exists, because he gave up his world. He expected to die. It was being erased as he helped Barry leave in Flashpoint. A better example of that is if you actually watch the movie, The Flash.
Oh yeah, the Flashpoint animated movie.
Yeah, the animated movie, really awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's also working trying to find out who the clock work killer is. So you're getting a new villain.
Nice. I think they actually have some characters from Doomsday Clock in there too.
Yeah.
I was looking at the characters.
I'm looking at this. We got Cobblepot on here. We got it looks
yeah.
like what's his
name?
Could
be Constantine or it could be Barry.
Could be Barry and Allen too. We got Aquaman and we got Wonder Woman. They're both. It looks like they're both still locked in battle though. Here's the But it looks can be deceiving because that's the cover right here.
Yeah.
But like I said, Jeff Johns never lets me down whenever he writes a book. I've never really read a bad Jeff Johns book. But
yeah, that's a cool one. I like that one. Very
definitely. Of course, neither of you posers have Reckless in your top 5. No wonder Skip and I won't come on this show anymore.
Is that why?
Is that why? I thought you just don't want to show up because you're lazy.
I thought, yeah.
It's easier to be in the chat than it is to be on camera.
It's easy to heckle when you're in the chat, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Wonder Woman scene was so messed up. I think I know the scene he's talking about. The scene between Wonder Woman and Mara. Yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think she actually killed her.
She cuts her head off, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
wow.
You see the head just drop.
Yeah, she has like the crown. Yeah, I was like, wow. Dang, Diana.
Right. Like I said, Jeff Johns, he could come. I really wanted to come back and continue either doing another season of Stargirl on the comic book, or working on JSA, even Green Lantern, man.
Anything. Jeff Johns could write anything. I mean, he pretty much has written every major. I don't know if he's written a Wonder Woman run. But other than that, I think he's written like every other major character.
I know he's written Flash. Has he ever written Superman?
I'm sure he has. I can't think of any at the moment. Hang on.
Breen, I didn't invite you? Oh my gosh. That's true. We didn't invite you because we figured you had no new book this week. But all right. So that's pretty much what you have for here. We were gonna have a special guest, but it doesn't look like he showed up yet. Let me check my messages.
Let's see. I'll be look because I know Jeff Johns written Flash. He's written Aquaman. He's written Green Lantern, and this is what we're looking for here. He's written, of course, the JSA. Yep. He's written Hawkman. He has written Action Comics, so I will count that as Superman. He's written a bunch of Batman Earth 1, Batman 3 Jokers. He's written Shazam. Of course, he wrote Doomsday Clock. Infinite Crisis, Booster Gold. He wrote Booster Gold. Teen Titans. I mean, he's just written a ton of stuff. But yeah, no Wonder Woman. Surprisingly.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, get on full screen here.
Well, I doubt anybody writes Superman well when you're comparing him to like John or Peter Tomasi. It's like,
what's going on here? So yeah, I mean, if Breen, if you want to jump on and give us your pull list if you have any this week, or if you just want to complain about books that you don't like, But yeah, wow, we actually, I'm looking at this, 45 minutes, man.
I know we kind of flew through that, didn't we? And while Vinkman is probably sending a link off to Mr. Breen, I'll look over to the side here. You can see in my room I've been recategorizing comics all day. So you see the short boxes there that are stacked up. I'm going through and recategorizing those and trying to get together a complete list. Like League of Comics Geeks, one of the cool things about them, if you set up an account, you can actually like mark which comics you have, like which issues. Like you say, okay, I have Action Comics #1. You can tick it off. That way, if you go to your LCS and you're like digging through back issues and you can't remember if you have a certain issue or not, you just pull it up on your phone. So I'm trying to do that because I get an annoying number of duplicate issues. Like even today I was cleaning up, I found like I have 2 copies of Green Arrow #19 and I have 2 copies of Justice League International whatever.
Oh, you know, talk about that. I was collecting the Grant Morrison's season 2 when it came out a couple years back, and I knew I bought issue 1, but I can't find it anywhere. So I'm like, the first couple of issues, I love that series, 1 through 6, 1 through 7. I loved it. But I was like, are you kidding me? I don't have the first issue. And I was like, But then again, I gave up because like the series went to trash. And it seems like the right and I've no it's not a dig against people who are non-binary, but it just seems like when he decided to come out as non-binary, that's when the writing took a turn for the worst.
Oh yeah,
and it just got atrocious.
Nobody kidnapped Puppetine to heal him. We are down throwing him. We didn't kidnap him. We don't want him. That's why we kicked him out. This is the humans only stream.
Yeah, he's not allowed in here right now. If you're listening right now, Puppetine, it sucks to you.
Yeah, go take your long fingers and put them somewhere. Go dip them in a bowl of queso or something. I don't know.
It's a puppy. It doesn't have fingers.
I don't know what I'm saying. That's an inside joke. What? No.
All right. So as we wait for Mr. Breen to jump on, I sent you the link. We were supposed to have another special guest tonight, but I'm not seeing him anywhere tonight. So maybe he decided he just can't do it. I know he was working a little later tonight.
Yeah, maybe. That's all right. Hey, Dragon Majesty, how's it going?
Hey, Bo. So yes, basically, we just wrapped up our top 5. We're just gonna do a little chill stream here for a little bit.
There was something else. It's not a single issue. It's not like a floppy or anything. But when I was looking through League of Comics Geeks, they do have a release coming out tomorrow. I believe it's a trade paperback. They're doing a reprinting of the Avengers Defenders War.
Okay.
And let me see if I can pull that up here.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they're putting out some cool books this week, and like I don't want to spend too much. And when you're in a budget, you got to pick and choose what you want or not. You know.
Yeah.
I was glad because like when they cancel a book I like, I'm depressed. But then they come on the book I do like. I'm like, dang it! I'm like, you know, the money's going right back into another book. So. But otherwise, most of my money goes back into back issues sometimes.
Back issues are easier for me because, I mean, I've got 50-cent boxes and dollar boxes, so I can get back issues for like...
I've turned into the person where I buy more trades than I do buy floppies. I still buy floppies, but I'm going... if I find a collection, an epic collection or something, I'm collecting them.
Yeah, so this Avengers Defenders War, it's the epic collection. Yep. And so I remember actually this from a long time ago, back when y'all did, I think it was on Educating Jimmy, where Breen was reading through this with them. And yeah, this collects Avengers 115 through 128, Defenders 8 through 11. There's also a giant-sized Avengers, a Captain Marvel issue, and a Fantastic Four issue in there as well. So you got a lot of stuff. The Wedding of Quicksilver and Crystal is in there too for some reason. So...
Was there cake in there?
I'm sure there was, but Quicksilver probably ate it all.
How's it going on?
The Quicksilver and Crystal wedding, that was a crossover in Avengers 127 and Fantastic Four 150. Franklin, Reed had put Franklin into a coma and Sue left him. And that's what Mark Russell butchered in Life's Story. But right after they got back together, they were right after they got back together, they went to Adelan for the wedding, and there was a giant Ultron who animated and was threatening to take out everybody, all the Inhumans, Fantastic Four, and the Avengers who'd all come to the wedding.
Huh.
Franklin comes out of his coma and just zaps the Ultron into, shuts him down. That's how he comes out of his coma. There's your useless bit of comics knowledge for the evening.
I want to go back up here. I saw that somebody I think Quinn put his top 3 in.
He put a few up there.
Yeah, here. He's got his top 3 are Shadow Man, Farmhand at number 16. And he's got Midnight Rose for number 1.
Yeah, he had mentioned Midnight Rose. That's that Jim Starlin book.
It's good that you can actually find books that you enjoy, because that's one of the things we do like about this. It gets harder if you don't like what's put out. So you gotta scrour the indies, and sometimes you don't find indies that you like, coming out this week, or they come out, you find a few books you like, and they're on delay, or it gets another other week. So I envy you guys when you only spend like $3 or between $3 and $15 a week.
I brought my pull list.
Did you?
Oh.
We're gonna skip.
Let's have it.
We're gonna skip 5, 4, and 3 because it doesn't exist. But number 2 is Hit Me, and I must disagree with my retrospective partner. I liked it because as Venkman so astutely pointed out earlier in the stream, if you're not familiar with this lady's work, maybe it would be a bit of a shock to you. I said, she's a nasty woman by her own admission. And like I said, that title I put in the chat is absolutely real. I read about half of it. It was on. It's an ebook. It's never.
Okay.
And it was just too. It was too on the nose even for me. It just But I have read some of the books that she's had published through Hard Case Crime, and like those. And I've actually one of her comics was too nasty for my taste too. But Hit Me so far. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I mean. Tomorrow might be my last issue, but maybe not.
And that's the thing. I admire you. You actually take a chance on books.
Well, I said, some of my favorite, fiction writers have also, dabbled in comics. So you have Vic Gischler, Dwayne Swierczynski. I've read several of both of their novels.
Mm-hmm.
And David Liss, who his name popped up in one of our streams the other night. I think he wrote one of the books that he was auctioning. He's a little more, probably a little bit more, maybe like highbrow, maybe than Swierczynski and Gischler. But I like his stuff too. But Krista Faust, I said you kind of know what you're going to get, and she wrote Bad Mother, right?
Oh, did she?
I believe so.
Zach, you're a research guy. Type it up.
Sure. What's the name of the guy? Writer?
Type in Bad Mother and then click an image search.
Krista Faust.
Krista Faust, yeah.
That's
true. She did.
That was a fantastic book. And again, really nobody to root for there either.
No. And that's the thing. I've been reading
the mother by default, but her daughter was a bitch.
Deadly Class, I was kind of rooting for the main hero, like in the book and all. They wanted you watching like main character, but then he just became such an unlikable character. And then there was no characters I liked in the book, and like you said, but then that's the whole point of the book. You're not supposed to appreciate these people. These are horrible people, all of them. Mm-hmm. So that's once I got that concept in my mind, I was thinking what, I can accept this, because some are lesser evil than the other ones. But yeah, and this is an interesting concept. I've never come across anybody who does, gets beat up, gets paid to do that. I guess I imagine that it probably exists.
I'm sure it does. Hell, she probably did that for a summer to pay for tuition. And my number one, You know what it is? It's volume 4 of Reckless. Best thing in the industry going today. Woo! There's two more.
Wheeling dealing son of a gun.
And at least I know this isn't the volume that's gonna depress me. Because I know what's coming in the last one, and because he kind of spilled it in the third volume.
Oh.
Yeah, if you read it, there's finally a character in a Brubaker book that you can legitimately root for, because she's actually a good person, not the best of the criminal lot that she's thrown in with. And at the end of the third volume, he makes a reference to her fate, and he goes, "But I'm not ready to talk about that yet." So
Brubaker, it just seems like every time you got to talk, we would skip talk about it. It just seems like every book has a bad, like no one survives.
No, it's not that. It's the thing with it, Brubaker gets immersed in society's underbelly, and it's usually a lot of times it's bad guys versus worse guys, but he's so good that he makes you care about the lawless, because you realize that when they're not breaking laws, they're people, same as everybody else. I mean, they sweat they sweat the rent, they sweat the same things that everyday people have to deal with.
Yep.
They just have a different way of solving certain things, and he's, like I said, and he does. If there is such a thing as honor among thieves, he shines a light on that. And I said he's the best writer in comics. I mean, honestly, I'm very comfortable saying that.
I guess I've never read any of the Reckless stuff he's done. I've read The Pulp, and I read The Winter Soldier. Never read the Catwoman stuff. I'm slowly getting there. There's just so much to read.
Oh, I know. Well, I said the Captain America is the best Marvel series I've read in the 2000s. And the best Marvel series in Venditti's Hawkman is the best DC I've read in the 21st century. But the Cap is incredible. But when he's writing his own creations, it just, I said, he's next level.
Because you know me, I'm a sucker for good endings, happy endings.
Well,
I'm like,
when you come to that fork in the road that says Brubaker right, everything else left, take a left turn, Clyde, because that's
one of the reasons I've kind of put it off. I was like, I feel like every story I'm going to read is just going to make me like, oh, I just feel bad for these people. At the end, it's like, I know they're bad people, but it's just like, because I imagine Brubaker is one of those people that get you attached to a character.
Oh, no question.
So when they even like get knocked off, like, and you're like, oh man, I missed it. It's like, and that's how I felt. And that's one of the things I liked about Rick Remender when you're at Daily Class. You get attached to these characters, even though they're the most vile lowlifes, but they have personality. They seem like real people with real faults.
That's a good. That's when you know that the writing is good.
Yeah.
When you add an extra dimension to characters, you'd have no other reason, no reason why you should care about them.
That's why Kirkman did with Walking Dead. He was doing that. Characters, I like. They're not even the main characters; they're just side characters, and they have full depth to them. It's just like, wow. It's like I want to learn more about this person's backstory, where they came from. That's another thing I loved about The Walking Dead, because it's a world epidemic, and like you have people come together, but you don't know their backstories, where they came from. You just know that they're there, and some of them have gone to the point where they just survival mode. They'll betray you, backstab you, because they don't want to share food and stuff. The lowest of the lowest.
Yeah, in Brubaker's criminal stories, they're not in order, and there'll be side characters that you don't even notice in one of the books that's a central character of another, and if you're paying attention, you realize who that was. Oh yeah, that was the so and so in that book. He's now getting his story in this one, and I said it's very, very well done. I hope he I hope he revisits that after Reckless. But
so, is there an unofficial order I should read them in?
no, you really, there. Just go 1 through 6 and just piece it together from that. It's
yeah.
And he also, I said, if you like noir, The Fade Out is a fantastic, series. He did a 70s spy series called Velvet.
Okay.
He did a supernatural-esque series called Fatale. And it's, as I said, then there's the criminal books. There's Incognito. Then there's the Reckless series and Pulp, which you read. I mean, he's got a lot out there, and I said he's damn good.
Like I said, this is an example when you take a writer and he gets pushed out by the industry and decides to write it on his own and succeeds.
I don't think he was pushed out. I think he left because he realized that
not. I think instead I say pushed out, I mean in the sense that he wanted to write what he wanted to write,
right?
And they don't like that.
Well, so there's if you're working for the big two, you get edited.
Yep.
And some writers, it seems like the people that desperately need editing don't have to be.
Yeah.
Don't get edited.
But the people who don't need it are censored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder. I want the Brubaker cut.
No, I'm not saying that happened to Brubaker. Oh, I don't think. I'm sure editorial oversight in Brubaker in that run of Cap was simply to make sure that he wasn't using a character that had been killed in another book.
You think though they didn't really carry it that far into the industry into the early 2000s?
Oh yeah, that was done when Quesada was putting the continuity back together. And that was in that stretch.
It's good because it feels like continuity just died after 2012.
Well, no, this was 2004 through 2008.
I know. I'm just saying, the past 10, 12 years, it just feels like
it has.
There's been nothing. It's just like these are one-shot stories, but they don't advertise as one-shots. You say, hey, you got to read these. I'm like,
how can you have continuity if there's 40 Batman titles? I mean, seriously, it's
all continuity. They're just multiverse.
Dragon Majesty's last quote.
An eraser.
Yeah. Yes. Bended under. Or an eraser. That's awesome. All right. We were supposed to have a special guest tonight, but I don't think he's going to show up tonight. I haven't seen him in the chat yet either. He may have forgot.
Maybe he'll be here.
That's all right though.
Thursday when we do the reviews,
we can see that it's a special guest.
Is it so top secret that you can't say who it was supposed to be?
Well, it's gonna be a surprise. This guy is
not for me. I knew who it was.
Well, yeah. Do you know? I could have told you something until it wasn't.
Okay, sure.
Was it someone we haven't seen in a while?
No, not that person. Although I did talk to him last night, and he's
good.
So, but I do encourage you to reach out to him. This is say hello and stuff. But no, Rhaegar, it wasn't you.
It was not you, Rhaegar. No,
it was actually gonna be Jeremy of Jeremy's Razors. We were gonna have him appear on the show tonight, talk about his razors and why they suck now. No, but like I said, he hasn't popped up, but I mean he's busy and he's also a Kings fan, so I mean maybe he's just...
I told you why he doesn't come on, because you didn't put Reckless in your top 5.
That's what he.
Well, he's gonna bring his own top 5. That's why.
Yeah, Reckless would have been in his top 5. See, we try to
leave books out. Yeah.
Well, some books are so awesome that they need to be in all top 5.
No. Like I said, he just runs on his own skipperoo time.
That's all right though. That's how you gotta roll sometimes.
Well, we can take this time to plug Thursday nights.
Yes.
After we get the books on Wednesdays, on Thursday nights, we come back and Zach and I will we basically drop the books of the week that we liked. Breen I don't know if you're joining us this Thursday for both streams or just one stream.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
if otherwise, Breen, you're always welcome. Breen brings the back issues, both meetings. And then after that,
are we talking Man of Steel?
I believe so.
What's the second stream that you said 2 live streams? Tell everybody what's the second.
Well, we haven't decided. I think we really decided on a time yet, but I mean, we're trying to get that going, so I know exactly when to schedule it. But we're gonna be talking about the books, Man of Steel, John Byrne, the little 6-issue miniseries. We'll get just go right over that. Do a little retrospect on that.
Now, this may be one of those YouTube things that I'm not smart enough to understand, but if we're already on and we're going to talk about Man of Steel after that, why are we stopping and risking losing what audience we have to do another stream right away?
So we have 2 separate videos.
Well, I guess
someone may want to watch that.
Can't you just cut it in half when you release them as videos later?
Well, the thing is, you lose the views. You'll cut it, and then you have to take.
But if you say we have, say people find out that Zach's gonna, go shirtless, so we have like 120 people watching.
That'll never happen, by the way.
We'd have to cut that out and put it as his own video.
But would we, why would we risk losing that audience just to come back?
Well, the original idea was basically have it just be one stream by itself. But I mean, if we're gonna, I'd love to do it on another day. We can just do it on Thursday, and then like I said, I'm available Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays.
I have no problem doing it. That's what I said. I just don't know why we're stopping and starting again. I mean,
well,
I'm not a grizzled YouTube veteran like you.
So, well, like I said, so the reason we do that because thumbnails. People like having separate stuff. They're having more content for the channel.
I see.
But I mean, if we did that, we just had to call it Thursday night shenanigans. Free for all.
But it's kind of having both of them, back to back. It's kind of like having your cake and eating it too.
Oh, boo! Oh, that was
yeah. So
I hate to applaud, but that was actually
as you talk about this on air, usually behind the scenes stuff. I mean, we could do what you're talking about. We could be throwback Thursdays with best of the best, and then you have that what we're talking about, Man of Steel, in the same stream. It's just that the playback. I mean, it's gonna be a 2-hour stream then. That's my point. Because I don't know how many people here in the chat. Raise your hand if you actually watch 2-hour streams all the way through.
Well, we're kind of asking people to do that, just stopping and coming back a minute later. That's I'm trying to see. I educate with the comics.
You know what? This is how the puppets do it. This is how everybody else does it. I'm sorry. I mean, do you want us to continue as one, or do you want us to do separate?
It doesn't matter to me. I can stop.
You're the one. It doesn't matter. You're the one who brought this up.
I'm trying to get edumacated.
Edumacated.
Yeah, I said I educate on the comics, and you educate me on the YouTubes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, some people will actually click on if I create a thumbnail for Man of Steel, they might click on that and get more clicks based off of that than getting a thumbnail.
Do the thing with make the thumbnail where he's opening up the to show off the ass, and put Zach's face on there.
You know what? I probably could.
Yeah. And before you say anything, Zach, just look at all the 4-color fossil thumbnails that I get put on. So
that is true. You get.
Of course, I'm holding on to quite the dish in this week's.
All right, I guess everybody wants to do that, so I guess we'll do the combined in one long stream. The best of the week, and then the second half will be our retrospect. So we'll combine them.
There you go. Sounds good.
Are you happy now, John? You got half and half?
I was good either way. So
I'm deliriously happy.
He's gonna be delirious after spending 2 hours.
We're getting requests for more deepfake videos of Zach. I mean,
that's not me. That's all Linkman. That's not me. I don't
know why they want that, man.
I don't know why they do either. I mean, you're the one that put me on. What was it, Spider-Man? It came out.
Look, you might not want to get close. We a little wild war, covered in tattoos, running up, taking all the views. Stepping up place, feeling the fear. I know you feeling it in the air. Whole squad wearing all black. Motivation's looking real bad.
Do you just have those just on standby, just ready to go?
No. No, I don't.
That'd actually be pretty funny if it were that way. But
No, I know. I don't have them on standby at all. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just weird.
He's probably got like this, like a switchboard that has. Yeah, it's got E, me, Zach. Everybody else he's made his godforsaken deep fakes of. You know what I wonder is, how come he looks younger? I still look old.
I don't know.
That's true.
Look at how much shape you're in.
Yeah.
You're like Mick from Rocky.
Mick,
the old guy. Mickey.
I know who he is.
I hope so.
He's a wrecking machine, Rock.
I don't know. Like I said, I have fun with this stuff,
I had no idea. I couldn't tell at all.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as I think that's it. I don't think there's any comic news at all today.
No, I don't think so.
I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything, Breen, at all for comic news?
Apparently they're rebooting the entire Green Lantern mythos.
Oh, are they really?
Over DC, but I didn't watch Wes's video about it.
That's the other thing we should talk about here. Apparently, Erica Chavez's Funkos were altered after whitewashing accusation.
Erica or America? You said Erica.
America.
Okay.
If you want Erica Chavez.
Well, we're already on stream with him.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say, when is this going to end? But it's never going to. Woke Twitter is going to destroy everything.
Yeah. I'm just going to grab this real quickly. Let's go for this.
Rager, I don't know about that.
Yep. America Chavez, Dr. Two Strange Funkos altered after whitewashing accusations. Funko Marvel alter a Pop figure of let's see.
They probably accused the Funko Pop of being maybe they accuse of straight washing too.
They updated the skin tone of America Chavez after whitewashed character who was set to make her life.
That's ridiculous.
Do we have any?
See, here's the original. That was original. They don't like how it was too white looking. So there's the new one.
So in other words, the first one on there is going to be worth quite a little bit of money, probably.
If you have this, you are going to be a millionaire overnight.
It's like the Gina Carano ones, because all of a sudden those are worth a lot of money.
I'm actually surprised they didn't complain because she doesn't come with a girlfriend attached.
I'm surprised that she doesn't. I'm surprised she doesn't have a mouth.
None of them do.
They silenced her.
None of them have mouths. Though.
That's what I'd say. Like, she's a minority and she doesn't have a mouth on her character thing. But probably by the direct, Marvel and Funko released America Chavez Pop in early March, but faced backlash from fans for what fans? Who's what?
The 12 psychos on Twitter.
There you go.
It's like I wonder if they create this purposely for the attention. Like, there is no fans. They just
that's it's almost entirely meant to get attention because
and now they're like, try and buy the America Chavez ones, the original ones, to make money. So they make money that way.
Yeah. There was actually a fun story. I couldn't find it. I went back to go look for it. I think it was on Screen Rant. It wasn't on CBR. This kind of related to this. It's not America Chavez, but it's about the Miss Marvel show. So the actress that is playing Miss Marvel in the show is apparently a really big fan of the MCU movies. So like the actress, she met with, I think it was Sana Amanat or Kevin Feige, one of the two. And because the actress, she's done reviews, like actual in-depth reviews for all the MCU movies. Do you know what she rated Captain Marvel?
No.
2 out of 5.
Oh yeah,
I kind of like this girl.
The girl
that is
Ms.
playing
Marvel?
Kamala did not enjoy the Captain Marvel movie.
Yep.
So I kind of found that to be amusing, because everyone
right.
else I imagine would be expecting like her to say, "Oh, it's 5 out of 5, perfect movie." No.
Does anybody actually care about this?
I forgot all about this, to be honest. Why are they down to the final 4 already?
Final 4, yeah. Yeah.
What are the? I guess Constantine is one.
Final
of the
4 titles is gonna be Constantine and the Demon from Hell, Vacation from Hell, by Frank Allen and Nick. Now they actually have writers on here. Wow.
Yeah, they put the creators on there after the first round.
Suicide Squad Dark by Zach Thompson and Gary Brown. Green Lantern, Light at the End of Forever by Cy Spurrier and Marco Santucci. And Superboy, The Man of Tomorrow by Kenny Porter and John
Boy Myers?
No, it's J-A-H N-O-I. But does anyone? I love the art. But
that's not bad. It's a little bright and cheery for Etrigan and Constantine. That one's pretty cool. I kind of dig that one.
Yeah.
Is that Zatanna?
Yeah, for Earth. Don't you remember they had the Earth 13's League of Shadows?
Oh, yeah.
They did it, and then Incarnate. They're going through. There was different versions at the bar.
Yeah, that was not bad.
And then here, this is a dark feature.
Oh yes, the Connor Kent one. Yeah, that's the one where I think what they say he goes off to space or something.
It's Connor Kent's Superboy Exile. Yeah, and he's gonna go fight Mongol. He's kidding. Yeah. But yeah, that's what's coming out right now as far as this. It's like I don't really care about either one of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I agree with your Rhaegar pass. And a lot of them.
Yeah, all the ones that I was even remotely interested in, they all got dropped after the first round. So I was like, whatever. Screw this. None of the ones from the first round robin, none of my favorite ones made it to print either. So no Wildcat series, no Jesse Quick, nothing, no Hawkmans.
Look, Ezra Miller Flash movie prequel series has been delayed, not canceled. They're scrounging to figure out what they're going to do because this guy's been arrested more times than anybody else.
He just had his restraining order dropped. The one that he had against that couple in Hawaii.
Yeah, he probably threatened to beat him up.
Well, that's not how you get a restraining order dropped.
When you're a celebrity, you got money.
Maybe. I don't.
Warner Brothers like, you know what? We're going to ruin your lives. We need
Johnny Depp has more money than Amber Heard, and look how that whole fiasco is going.
Do you think he has more money?
I think he's Johnny Depp. Of course, he has more money.
You think he didn't spend all his money on booze? But no.
I think he could buy the world's amount of booze and still have more to beat Amber Heard at the bank.
Frank Miller is agreement to appear exclusively at Fan Expo events. That's good. Wasn't he canceled?
Frank Miller?
Yeah.
Was he?
Remember
just from the British
Oh yeah, the British one. Yeah, that's right.
So not really much coming out for news here as this up. But,
I wonder how that convention ended up doing.
Probably not well.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I bet you the con appearances that Gina Carano is doing now are going to be just fine, regardless of all of these whiners and inclusive organizations saying we're going to boycott. Now this I did see. That's pretty crazy.
This is from 2 days ago, but original Death of Superman artwork sells for over $500,000 in the auction. That's crazy.
That is bananas.
Artist John Bogdanov sold both interior and cover art pages from the iconic Superman storyline. Apparently, Bleeding Cool reported it. The various price tags of the prices went for it, which added up to $513,000 total. Highest winning bid alone was $204,000 in original cover art.
So everybody that bought that thinking they were going to pay for their kids' education it turns out that the only one that's going to be able to do it is the artist by selling the original.
Yeah.
Iron.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, have you guys ever bought any interior art like this? Before?
No,
Nah.
Joe does, but he's the only person I know that does that.
I've never. I've thought about it, but I mean, when you're talking about buying interior art, that's usually well and above my my comfort area of spending. So it's usually a pretty pity. So some of them look really cool, but
I see the appeal of it, but if you're going to buy an interior page of a comic and say it's $8,000,
mm-hmm.
I'd rather spend that on a decent grade, Fantastic Four 48 or something.
Yeah, I'd rather get more.
I would much rather have the comic itself than a page from a much lesser comic. But I
want to have the interior art. I see the appeal of this, and you can have it signed by the artist, and then once that artist dies, if you only have one copy of this, there's no other copies as far as the interior stuff of this original artwork.
Well, there's only one copy, whether the artist is alive or dead. That really doesn't matter.
Well,
other than if you haven't gotten it signed yet, then it's too late.
I'm saying if you got it signed by him, and then especially like I said, there are people that'll pay for weird things. Like I said, they want a shirt that what's his name owned and wore all the time would be Stan Lee.
If you're getting a page of comic art signed by the artist and it will increase the value of that page, you probably paid a bleep ton for that page in the first place.
Well, like I said, there's not really much comic stuff going on now. This goes into the great stuff, but I think that's it. Oh yeah, check out Sonic 2, our Kiki boy over there to the right of me. Really enjoyed it.
Hey, Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I'm more drawn to the classic Transformer toys from movies, finally getting actual action figures.
2, 1.
Where's it? Why did the T. Franklin book over Green Lantern?
I guess the Green Lantern book won over a T. Franklin book in the round robin thing.
So what character was gonna turn lesbian and get involved with a one-legged crippled sex worker self-insert this time?
I thought it was Black Canary. I could be wrong though.
Well, this is a spoiler for Green Lantern number 12. If you're gonna read it,
oh no. Oh no! Actually, I did. Is this the John Stewart?
Jeffrey Thorne.
Okay. Oh, so it is then. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And it changes, of course, events and officially restores the Green Lantern Corps, or a corpse, as it should be. Don't put a P in there if you don't want it in there.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you're talking about? John Stewart having Godstorm powers to help stop. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. So I did read about this. John Stewart talks to, I guess, the DC's ultimate version of God, and so like in Marvel, the one above all, he looks like Jack Kirby, and so they've taken that and used that for the DC ultimate God Force, whatever they want to call them. They gave him Jack Kirby. They gave him like his facial features. He looks just like Jack Kirby.
The one at DC too?
DC too.
Yeah, they should. The one at DC should have looked like Julius Schwartz.
It says Simon Baz. Wow, he's actually around. He's entrusted with a new power. He's able to communicate with the apparent remnants of legions of dead lanterns, still within their formerly inert rings. While the universe believes that John Stewart died in this attempt, it turns out the Source Guidance is able to help Lantern survive the experience, allowing him to return to the universe as the Emerald Knight.
Surprised they remember they had Simon Baz.
Yeah. Hey, who's that guy?
That looks like a Hawkman. Or
Could
could I don't know. It's very tiny for me. I can't
Yeah,
really
apparently Central Power Battery was destroyed in Green Lantern #2.
Oh yeah, that's old news. They destroyed that building. That's part of the future state thing.
Can't they just get Teen Lantern to whip up a new one?
Right? Just create a new one. I created this new algorithm. I created an artificial one. We're fine. I just built it. I get Moon Girl to help me.
That's the company crossover we need.
The company crossover. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Y'all just gave them the idea. One of them was watching the stream. They're gonna be like, DC, Marvel, we need to combine.
Yep.
We need to do this.
All right. I think that's it. I mean, unless you're gonna look at TV news, I don't think we're laying that down there. But all right, get out of here. Stop sharing. So that's it for your comic news, I guess, and what our polls are today. So, my other buddy Skip did not show up tonight. That's all right. We catch him on Thursdays, or even next Tuesday. The invite's always open. We generally like to keep it only to an hour on these because a lot of people today have short attention spans.
What?
See? No. Yeah, Hell Jordan and Jack of Hearts have that now. Yeah, behind the head post.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we saw Superboy on that. Ron Robbins. Connor. He kind of flamboyant kind of look going on there. Pretty boy.
Well, so does that mean he's going to come back from space dating Joe Nakamura, Jay's brother?
He's going to come back and he's just going to have be in love with somebody else, excited. Who knows? Like I said, I don't care if a character who's never shown any sexuality or never dated anybody decides they want to become gay. Go ahead. But when you take someone who's been straight and never shown a sign of being like, hey, you know what? I like getting on my knees. Tom Taylor did that for brownie points.
Yeah, because he did kind of have a girlfriend in Legion, and he had a girlfriend in Deceased.
Yeah. Jonathan Kent, like I said, I don't have a problem with him being gay. It's just the fact that you want to have him be gay, throw me a lead-up story into that. Right. Not just to say he's automatically, boom, because the character got screwed over. He got aged up. He lost his childhood. And Super Sons was kind of put on hold because, how do you do that? Yeah.
Rhaegar's quote.
I don't get on my knees. That's the puppets.
That's the puppet. Oh, whoa.
That's puppeting.
That is Under the Bridge. You are correct.
Yes.
No, it's hard not to be cynical that Tom Taylor didn't do that just for the attention, the CNN interview.
Oh, of course he did.
Paragraph in Variety.
I think it was
after the Twitter gets done gushing and moves on to something else, all they're going to be left with is a character that is now only allowed to be used one way and declining sales.
Yeah. The other thing, I can't remember if it was Tom Taylor as well, or was it Tom King said he was going to make his time. I think, he did virtue signal for the whole thing. He's going to make Alan Scott gay. I think that was Tom King.
That was done. Shoot, they started that way back with Earth 2
but
Society.
The interview, that was interview. He said, I'm going to make him gay.
He did that because they okayed doing that first of all in Earth 2 Society. I guarantee you, if they hadn't done it in Earth 2 Society, would not be a thing in modern day.
But the bad thing is now then, well, guess what? His you make a character whose weakness is wood gay. It's kind of on the nose right there.
Boy, that would be so funny.
Where's editorial on that?
If I hadn't heard that joke 600 times already.
I'm just saying, where's editorial on that? Because they know it's going to be a joke, and it would have been better if they would have capitalized on it. It seems like Jacob's like, so you're gay now. So I guess you really hate wood.
Undead Quinn pointed out, not only did he make the son gay, he threw the dad under the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the only redeeming quality Superman now has is, of course, he will be totally accepting of it because you're not allowed to be anything
Yes,
but.
yes.
Yeah, it just goes completely against everything I've read about the relationship between John and his dad from the Tomasi run. You know, you read about Superboy and that. And it's just like, wow, you get aged up overnight, and all of a sudden you're just gonna think it's okay to be a dick to your dad. It's like, wow.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's not that he, got aged up, and I mean, if something happened in the future, I guess, that turned him off of girls and onto boys. But well, no, because I said I think he was sort of involved with Saturn Girl.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in this when because like John Ridley did this in the other side of the DC universe, where where editorial let him trash all the every non-black character to elevate the character whose story he was telling.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't say you could say, well, that story's not for you, but who's it for then? If you're gonna tell a Black Lightning story but trash the entire Justice League to do it, well, it can't be for comic book fans. It can't really be for Black Lightning fans, because Black Lightning had a great run in the 70s. He had great stories throughout the 80s, blah blah blah. So it's like, who is it for?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then again, like I said, that's why I say that the John Kent thing, since there was no lead up to it. It was just, here it is, and that's all he is now, is a
token character.
He's kind of a dick.
He's only and that's my other problem. All right, you made him gay. I can deal with that. Cool.
Yeah.
Don't write him as an activist. Yeah. Don't write him as a villain.
Right.
That cover you had of him, you saw that cover. It's a very famous cover of him standing there holding a fence, holding it on a fence.
Oh, the sign. Picket fence. Yeah.
And there's a giant monster attacking the city. He's just saying, you know what? I'm not going to save anybody until you bend to our will. It's like, what?
But the problem is, people like Tom Taylor, right? The people he's writing that character for, they don't see that as a problem, because they're writing for a generation of people that grew up thinking that they were special in every way, and that tends to lead people to grow up narcissistic. So that's what John Kent is now. He's a narcissist.
The only thing we cool about this, if since they're doing all this multiverse, turn out it's actually not Jonathan Kent from this universe.
They're not allowed to do that. Twitter would not allow it.
No,
Twitter makes
who cares about Twitter? I'm just saying.
Well, that's the problem.
I would solve it. He's not the real Jonathan Kent. You can still keep the original Jonathan Kent. I don't the original Kent gay. I don't care if you want to. I'm just saying, because they're writing him as a villain, I'd like to have John Kent, come in and just beat the crap out of this new John Kent, because this John Kent is going down Superboy Prime. If he keeps going this way, he's going to be evil.
Allow me to interrupt this bombing of Pearl Harbor that's on the horizon. Just wanted to bring this up. Is this the Man of Steel series you were talking about?
John Byrne.
Well,
yeah,
that's
the issues series.
Okay, the Man of Steel series we're talking about is called Man of Steel. It's 6 issues.
Okay.
And it basically redoes his origin.
Actually,
okay, gotcha.
Look on here to the left of Breen. There actually is the layout, the wallpaper.
Is it still John Byrne and Dick Giordano?
Yeah, but look
there you go.
That's it.
That's the one? Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And I believe the one to the left of Breen's icon is actually from the miniseries.
That's the other.
I see it with the super. Yeah.
That's the other first issue cover.
Yeah.
You will read that and go, wow, these guys. What was I thinking? Not reading this until now. You'll probably say, I'm so embarrassed I won't eat cake for weeks.
Yeah.
As soon as Easter gets here and Lent's over.
Like I said, this book is what if you're not a fan of the Dean Cain Superman book, you probably might, or not the book, but the series, you're probably not going to enjoy this. If you don't, because the Dean Cain story heavily was adapted from John Byrne's reimagination of Superman, and the way he was in post-crisis DC.
The Marano said that. Yeah, says there's a great theory that John Kent is a shapeshifter as he looks and acts differently. If comics were still allowed to be if they were allowed to do anything other than just effusive praise to the alphabet community or anything that's not straight and white and male, yes, that would be a great plot twist. It cannot and will not happen.
Yeah,
John Kent and Tim Drake are who they are from now till the last day DC publishes a comic.
Like I said, who knows? 12 years from now, maybe we'll actually get a different look on life. Maybe the characters will change. Who knows?
I'm with Tehillim too. I've even seen people of the LGBTI community hate. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people that they're starting to see through the pandering efforts that.
But you know how the
like
comic
Taylor
book
and
industry
Disney.
looks at people like that? The same way progressives look at black conservatives.
Oh, yeah, there is that. That's true. By the way, while I'm showing off books, I happened to found this while I was recategorizing my comic collection today. I think we had talked about reading this one and doing a retrospec on this Action Comics.
Yeah, you've read that, haven't you?
Have not. It just at some point I was just trying to put stuff in boxes, and so this got put in there. It's never been opened. So
well, that basically takes place right after the miniseries we're having you read.
Oh, right on.
That was the first Byrne Action Comics.
Byrne and Dick Giordano, right there.
Yeah, 583 was the Alan Moore 2-part story.
Cool.
That basically, closed that chapter of Superman.
Donna Troy. That's what sells me. Superman, Donna Troy, though. Best Supergirl, or best Wonder Girl, I should say. I don't know what happened to Vinkman. He just took off.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna look. I gotta pull my books out. I actually do have the hardcovers. I've been collecting them, just like Liam has been saying. He's been collecting the John Byrne Man of Steel trades.
Oh, nice.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Go ahead. He's gonna go get his book out of his couch.
I was about to say, let me get a box over here, and I can just start going through it.
Yeah.
Started to recategorize. I have all of my Justice League International, America, and Europe issues all in one box now. All my new Warriors that I'm still trying to build up, they're all in a box. I've got my All-Star Squadron, my old satellite era Justice League of America, JSAs. So just kind of going through and just trying to put them all together. Because up until today, a lot of them have just been scattered all over the place. So one thing I like about Byrne, Tehillim says, he isn't into the stupid power couples. Yeah, power couples work for some heroes, but they don't. Not for everybody. Well, he even says that it's a trope that can work for some characters, not for all. Yeah, like Superman and Wonder Woman. I don't know. At first, the idea intrigued me, but yeah, it doesn't work for me. I prefer Superman with Lois, and Wonder Woman can be with Batman or Steve Trevor. I actually really like the Wonder Woman Batman pairing in the Justice League cartoon. Oh, hey, yeah, that's the book.
I think that's you did have the right one.
Yeah,
that's the
ongoing, huh? Or that's the miniseries.
This is the miniseries.
Oh, okay.
So,
I got it right here.
Look at that.
I can actually share my screen. I actually thought it on.
This is, like I said, this is really, really good. And then this is there's about 9 more volumes of this. This is number 2.
Yep.
And this will look familiar to you. Let's see, where is it? The second story in this book. Unfortunately, they don't put the covers at the beginning of the stories. I prefer that in trades, but that's the first 2 pages of 584.
Oh, okay.
So, Zach, I really do think you will enjoy this immensely.
Yeah.
Right on.
So I got this. This is the actual mini series. Yeah. Few covers. I've been enjoying this going through here on the DC Infinite app.
Yeah, I remember I said when this was such a cool time to be collecting.
Yep.
Right after the crisis, yeah, and after I sold everything off, I've since gone back and gotten all the individual issues of Man of Steel, the Legends miniseries, most of the Supermans that were published for the next, most of the ones I have in the trades, I have the single issues again because they're just, God, it was just, you couldn't wait to get to the shop every new comic book day.
Like I said, these I've been collecting all of them. The only one I think I'm missing is issue 3. That's the only one I'm missing. I have all the other ones. But like I said, these are fun little stories, from his ship going landing in here, and then him meeting Lois Lane, Batman, doing Lex Luthor, and then Bizarro, issue 5, and then more with the Krypton stuff. His past catching up to him in issues.
But it really isn't. It really doesn't become. It never becomes a giant deal. I mean, they did a Krypton story a couple years in, but that's why I said I've always appreciated that it was Clark first, Superman second. I thought that was the way it should be because he lived his entire life on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and that's the way you should do it.
But that's gone forever now.
Yeah. So hopefully you enjoy these because, like I said, I was going through them. I was like, wow, these are just great. These are all collected in the actual trade hardcover book. In the very first one, you get all 6 issues. That's based on the hardcover Man of Steel. It has all these right in there. It's the majority of it, and you get a couple different ones. So I mean, but if you're looking to collect and read, not just a series too, you're gonna get the John Byrne books, but you're gonna be some gaps in some of the issues because John Burns writes them, and then he took a break, I guess, or something like other people guest starred and wrote them, so you're not getting all of them.
Well, he was writing 2 of the 3 books. Wolfman was writing, but he left less than 2 years into this to go back to Marvel. But Stern, Wolfman, and Louise Simonson, they carried it on for about 10 years before it didn't start with Jeff Johns because he didn't have the power. But when Johns got some clout at DC, he basically undid the rest of it because he did not like this version at all. Yeah, because he likes Superman to be the Silver Age version, just like he likes the Flash and Green Lantern. Unfortunately, where Green Lantern, had some cool to him the second time around, he reverted Clark Kent right back to what he was in the Silver Age, and which is unfortunate, but
yeah, he said this is actually kind of worth it. Look at the DC Infinite app. You're paying like $60. If you don't have the money to go, or you just don't want to go collect all of the individual issues, or maybe you just don't want to pull your book out. It has a lot of the Superman books in here too. This is some of the books you can get.
Yeah, Zach. One thing I can say about this particular run, I've been buying and reading Superman since late 1975, with the exception of Bendis finally broke me and I didn't read all the New 52. This is the only version I like better than Tomasi and Jurgens.
Oh, wow. Well, good to know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. I've got it downloaded right now. I just got it on Comixology. So
because Tomasi and Jurgens brought back that. Well, Jurgens wrote some of the Supermans in that era,
and that's the thing too. I looked like
later
Jurgens,
on,
Roger Stern. Ordway on different titles, but they're all tied in together. I love this.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to reading through it.
Yeah.
If you like that, there's about 10 years of just straight magic.
Yep.
Right on.
Yep. These are what I've been reading, from '86. Going on. Yeah. these are just fun. Different comments in here. They're just great. I love all these. And here's the crossover again. You get the first crossover part of all titles after the miniseries. Them working together, and they learn each other's identity. You know, the kryptonite ring that Bruce hides from him. Because Lex Luthor's hand got kryptonite poisoning from having the ring always on his hand all the time.
Yeah.
So finally he couldn't wear it anymore. Kept it in a vault. Some lady stole it, and then she ends up being murdered, and in Gotham, and because Batman finds it, the ring, he's like, wait, this is kryptonite ring, kryptonite poisoning. He doesn't tell Superman at first because how do you defeat a god?
Right.
Yeah. So he killed on it, but then at the end he reveals he's like, yeah, I've had this whole entire time. And Clark's kind of pissed, but then they realize, you know what? I trust you because if anyone's going to take me down, I trust it to be you, my friend, if I ever go evil.
Yeah, to answer it, to heal him and undead with their sense. What made Jurgens and Tomasi's Superman so good was they kind of put Clark first again. So and Jurgens, I said, had been there from that old run, so they understood the importance of Clark Kent. I think that's gotten lost on a lot of writers that just treat him as the disguise.
That's the thing, though. In this, he was Clark, and Superman was his disguise. And I like that because he was dealing with everything going on as far as he had a split personality. He was like moonlighting as Guardian, for at the point where he basically his mind snapped because he had gotten a pocket world with Superboy, where Superboy was killed. He was brought there by an alternate universe Lex Luthor and Matrix Earth Girl right here. They brought him there, and he's forced to everyone's dead on that Earth. He's 5 billion people killed by Zod, and then Flora and the other guy. And then he couldn't. He's like, I can't, since everyone's dead now. It's like he was forced to execute him. Judge, jury, and it haunted him so much because I killed someone. He had to deal with it, the traumatic thing. It was not like just oh, I'm good, just brush it off. It can get carried through for 20 issues or more. Eventually, and then like I said, he ended up leaving, going into exile. He just couldn't deal with the guilt anymore. And these are also cool too. We get Mr. Mxyzptlk. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Here you get there when Superman leaves and goes into exile, he leaves space. He ends up being captured by Warworld and fights Mongol. But back on Earth, you get another issue where it leads into this because of Connor Kent. Not Connor Kent. Yeah, Connor Kent. What's great about that is Lex Luthor actually ends up going against Mr. Mxyzptlk. He outsmarts him.
Well, there's a story that you haven't gotten to yet. That's at least I don't think you have.
I'm getting up to the 90s here. I'm on 90-91. So
I think this was in 92 where it crosses over into an issue with Starman. Okay. Where Mr. Mxyzptlk makes a deal with Luthor. Luthor says, I want to be as powerful as Superman. So Mr. Mxyzptlk, being a dick, he doesn't give Luthor Superman's powers. He takes Superman's powers. So they're both human. And then Superman has to deal with that.
So this is right before death.
And they make this suit for him, and he comes across, he runs into Mammoth from the Fatal Five, and Superman has no powers, but this is before he gets the suit. Yeah, so he stands down Mammoth by basically saying, what's going to happen if you come at me. You're going to swing, you're going to break your hand, and I'm just going to have to knock you out. And he basically, Mammoth thinks about it, and he goes, and he backs down from a completely powerless Superman. It's a great story.
There you go.
And the way they, the way the story resolves, Ian and I think did a video on it.
So I'm pulling this issue up because I've been reading through Superman, Adventure Superman, all 3 titles, so they all connect one story. And I gotta love having Lobo in here in this, like going against Superman, who's basically become super dickery again thanks to the Eradicator device. And he's hired by these two space worms or something you know what? It's like, he probably couldn't. They trick Lobo into going to Earth to kill Superman, and they figure Lobo will die. Lobo will be killed by all the Earth heroes.
So those two space worms are an homage to old Silver Age stories.
Yeah,
I think they would pop up in World's Finest and pit people against each other for fun.
Yep. So it was really cool to see this, and then Bibbo. If you don't know who Bibbo is he's the guy at the bar. He's always drunk. He's always working the docks. He's got the hat on. He's like, Superman's my boy. He's got the shirt on. He's at the bar, and here comes Lobo walks in there. He's like, I want a drink, and then basically gets in a fight with Lobo. Then Lobo's like, you know what? I like you. You're like my pal Superman. He's like, and the whole entire series, the 3-issue arc here, Lobo's drunk off his ass. he's got his space juice and all this stuff. And Bibble is like, oh my gosh, this is great. Where did you get this from? Not realizing that Lobo's an alien, but he's used to it. He's Metropolis. There's always something going on.
And the longer Bibbo went on, you notice he stopped being drunk all the time because it's Superman's influence rubbed off, and he kind of became almost like a trusted, he became somebody that Superman could actually place his trust in because he was a good guy and he looked after people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. R.T. Barrett does the inking on this. Jan Jurgens does the art and the writing on this. And like I said, it's just a fun series all the way through with this. I've never really been a Lobo fan, but reading this wow, this is actually a good version of Lobo.
Lobo, before he became DC's, at the time it would have been Wolverine.
Yeah.
And not by the way he acted, but by the way he was overused.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was Deadpool before Deadpool, as far as being used in every kind of story you could imagine. But in the Legion, the one that was the letters spelled out,
yep.
He was a regular in that, and that was. There's definitely more to Lobo than the miniseries. The miniseries were just so over the top. But for a while, that character was so freaking popular. Best way I can describe it is it was achy breaky heart, popular. It was pocket full of kryptonite popular.
Yeah.
And now neither one, you couldn't give away either one of those two records. It's kind of the same way with Lobo.
Mm.
And like I said, I the whole through this, it's like Superman is he's trying to be moral, but a good guy. But he's also trying to date Lois, instead Lois gets busy, so he kind of ignores him because she only wants Superman. So Cat Grant comes to the Daily Planet, and Lois is jealous. As soon as she sees her talking to Clark. So and it's like, what the heck? It's like this is now she gives a damn about Clark.
Hey, that definitely spiced up the first season of Lois and Clark too, when they brought Tracy Scoggins into play.
Yes, yeah. Rest in peace.
Now, if you read the first Action Comics annual yet, with the hillbilly vampire girl,
not yet.
Batman goes down to it's a Batman Superman team up, and Art Adams does the interiors.
Yeah. Starlin, Jurgens, Montano on these, the annuals. I haven't read the annuals. The annuals are next we're going to read because I think they're standalone, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
The only annual I read was Action Comics because it crossed over with the Brainiac story in this. So, yeah, I said, if you've never read these, Zach, or anybody else listening, you're missing out on probably the best DC comics. You have Marv Wolfman and Jerry Ordway teaming up. Wolfman left, and then you had Jurgens and Starlin. Ordway was too busy writing. Well, he was writing actual Superman, wasn't he?
Yeah.
To
your point, this might be the best in continuity run of a superhero comic. Yeah, it just I mean, there are other things that you could point to, like the James Robinson Starman, the Mike Grell Green Arrow. But I mean, this was spread out over multiple titles, multiple years. Batman was very, very good in this time period as well.
You had John Byrne took a stab a couple years later into this, writing some of these adventures. That's what threw me off at first. I was like, wait, he came back to do this?
Well, what is she talking about there?
John Byrne came back on this January 13, 1988. So
that's right before he left.
Was it right before
he left in 88?
Did he stop reading Superman or start writing Superman and then went to Adventures of Superman?
No, well, I don't know. He left DC altogether.
Yeah,
about 2 years after he revived Superman.
Because after Byrne left, you get the Dominators, or not. This is the Dominators, but the Dominators is part of this going in here.
And then Byrne came back to DC sometime during the 90s, but I don't remember if he did anything with Superman after that.
Yeah, and here we get into the Radicator story. He comes back from being in space. Jimmy Olsen becomes Plastic Man almost. But unlike Plastic Man, his body is in pain.
Elastic Lad.
Yeah.
That was somebody else he turned into in the Silver Age a multitude of times.
And this is where basically Jimmy just hates Superman. From this point on, he just hates him. He tries to take him and Superman tries to take him into over the Cadmus, and to help him out. But he's like, "You're gonna leave me with? There's an alien here." I'm like, "Wow, Jimmy, you're a racist." It's because one guy is an alien. The rest, it's not like he's surrounded by a bunch of aliens. There's people there too. It's a whole organization dedicated to helping. They weren't evil at this point. Like I said, and like the Lex Luthor, this is another good issue here. Right here, this is where this is Christian's one. They found out that one of the interns has been living there. It's her mother passed away. She hasn't been able to afford rent living there, so she was living in the storage room. And the whole season of Giving and all that stuff is great. And then following that up, after you read that, you go already here in this 463. You got Mr. Place come back, and he wants the Flash versus Superman. And that's just another fun read. So like I said, if you haven't been reading any of these stuff, go back, pick these up. You can find them in your dollar bins if you're lucky for $1 or $2.
Yeah, that's a mixture of good for the people that find them and depression that's all they're worth. But then I remember it's DC. And I said and if I've learned anything about this industry and this hobby, quality of story has little or nothing to do with a book's value.
This is where we got him fighting against the guy from the Mongol story. The guy starts with the D. Is it Draga? I think it is. And they're fighting, and Emil Hamilton says, "I'm going to help him out." So he transports him through a portal to the moon, but he cuts the Statue of Liberty in half and puts it on the moon. So after all this nonsense, all this stuff, when Superman finally gets right, he returns the Statue of Liberty back to the way it was, and he welds it with his heat vision. And then you get your Fantastic Four kind of knockoff. First appearance of Hank Henshaw, who would alone become now known as it's Cyborg Superman, which is also right here. He attacked. It's just so much fun stuff for this, Like I said, some of it's hokey, but like a lot of it was just great.
Now I just want to start over again. Just start reading them again.
You know what? We could talk about them every week, one a week. You want to do that?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure our audience would love it.
I'm going to start a new channel.
I say that as if we had one.
I'm just going to start a new channel for Superman.
The few, the proud. the audience.
I think we lost Zach. Is Zach, you still there?
I'm still here. Yeah, I mean, I haven't read any of these yet, so I can't really talk about them. I thought we were doing the retrospective on Thursday.
I know. This was just about a sneak preview. So
an hour later, Vinkman's still going on.
Well,
He's giving away the spoilers for each issue.
What we were doing was testing to see if we could hold an audience for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Now we know we can.
Now you know, yeah.
like I said, we got Maxima on here too. No, yeah, just everything. It's just
yeah.
I'm
looking forward to trying out the first 6 issues.
That was okay. If this were the Oscars, this is where the guys off stage giving you the signal to wrap it up.
Oh no, that was an hour ago.
Like I said, I'm just looking through all these covers. I've never really browsed the covers. I haven't read ahead, but I'm just looking at this. It's all just so much fun. I got coming up,
Oh, the covers are one of the first things I look for when I look at a series. Yeah,
I haven't got to. I actually found this for cheap at a thing for $1. I got that cover. I bought the trade of all these, for a friend collection.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I'm excited. I'm reading through. I want to get to here, Connor Kent. Boy, and then they got their Cyborg Superman. So definitely, I'm gonna be reading through these like nonstop. Once I've caught up with Deadly Class, we'll go back to this again, and try to somehow read my my original issues. The new ones come out. All right, so I think we'll end it right here. I don't think Skip even showed up at all. He's just too busy.
That's all right.
But yeah. Like I said, if you guys are excited for that, we're excited this Thursday. I guess we'll go at 8 o'clock. Is that fine? 9 o'clock Eastern?
Yeah, 8 o'clock should be fine. I don't see why not.
Or do you want us to start a little earlier, Brain? What's the thing? Because we're going 2 hours. Do you have any commitments?
No, we can go a little earlier if you want.
Go 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I got nothing going on Thursdays, not that I know of.
Yeah, I'll probably just be working from home this week anyway, because I found out that we're doing the show and no, I've got I basically work when Mark, that's the guy I work for, he's doing a show in Indianapolis, and I didn't find out till today. It's this week. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway, but it's like, wow, I didn't even know that they were doing that. So he's not going to be there. So yeah, I said it's. I still have piles of boxes here. I'm going through a box of just random stuff today and pulled out the black cover issue of Spider-Man from 9/11.
Nice.
Yeah, so you never know what's going to turn. And I found a couple issues of the Kevin Smith Daredevil run.
He scared Zach away. He's in black.
And issue 9 of that series went from a few dollars to $200.
Wow.
Because it's the first Echo.
I envy you. You're basically long box diving every week.
It is kind of cool, and I love coming across stuff like that. But I'm thinking, we bought 2.5 long boxes last week. Paid for all of it and then some, was 7 books out of those boxes.
Now, are you taking them out of the bags? Are you bagging and boarding, or somebody else doing that for you?
No, that's what that is what I do. You
bag and board and then put a price on it, and that's it?
Right.
Oof. Now, if I can just price for the price gun.
That's a lot. Trust me, there's what the box I'm looking through now is I basically have to look up every book, because I've looked up 25 different Star Wars books, but one of them was worth money, and I don't want to let that slip through.
All right.
So these random boxes take forever. If I'm pricing a set, I just go on Comic Book Realm and just scroll down and see, these next 40 issues are all $3 each.
Cool.
Which means they'll all be $2 each when I price them. But man, these ones that there's no 2 books together from the same set, it's like those take forever, but they're fun because you never know what you're going to pull out next.
No. All right. Well, that being said, we do ask you, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the channel, click like, and just spread the word. If you have any friends, who like comic book stuff, and I've never check out the Man of Steel stuff. We'll be talking about that on Thursday.
If you like your books old like me, check out the 4-Color Fossils tomorrow night on Graphic Man's channel at 8 o'clock.
Yes. All righty. All right. Thanks, you guys, for staying this long. I hope to see you guys on Thursday. And then check out else what's going on. Yes, there's going to be a Flash review tomorrow with the puppets. And I think there might be a comic book reading after the fossils are done.
Go ahead and ring the bell for notifications so you can, whenever something goes on,
I forgot. I forgot that the Geeky Puppet Show has 460 videos on Wednesdays.
Actually, when I was told by Puppet Team, they're only reviewing I believe the Flash, because
I think Flash is the only show on for y'all right now.
Superman and Lois, and actually, I think Superman, Lois, and Naomi are both on hiatus right now. Flash is still putting out new every week, and then that's what they're doing. They're doing The Walking Dead as well.
Now, Pixel hasn't released the video from Spider-Man 81 yet, has he?
Venom?
No, Kangaroo. I know that because Tehillim hasn't cussed me out in chat.
All right. Well, that'll be released soon, probably before the Venom cut. Because the Venom one, I don't think that's ever getting released.
We filmed that one like a month ago, didn't we? Or 2 months ago?
It had been, I honestly, I think it was 3 months ago. I have to check my pinned tweet on my Twitter account. Because that's the only way I know it still exists. Because I can click on the link as if you sent it to like unlisted. All right, but we're going into the long goodbye here again.
Yes, we are.
The longest goodbye. All right, guys. Thank you for showing up. I said thank you for showing up. If you need notifications, if you have problems with notifications, follow any of the 3 of us over on Twitter. Eric Breen, you can find him through me, RDV. You can also Zach. His bow ties are cool. 81, I think.
Bow tie Zach.
Bow tie Zach, yeah.
That one right there.
Yeah, right there. Just look for that.
That's me. Look for that.
All right. That's it. You guys
go home
now.
There isn't anymore. I'm Ferris Bueller now. Go home.
All right, bye, guys.
Good night, kids.